All right, and here we are, the Palazzo de Bocce, Lake Orion, Michigan, at the second American Bocce Open. It's number 2. Not deuces yet, this is number 2. We've seen 48 teams play 175 games already this weekend. Each game beautiful in their perfect imperfections. And here we are just minutes away from starting the second of 3 championship games. This is for the Silver Division. It's their big night of the year. My name is Matt David. With me, by my side, Alex Guerra. For the last 2 days, we've been directing this tournament with the help of many referees, people behind the scenes, tech, the staff at Palazzo, even more. We'll be sure to acknowledge them all as the broadcast goes on. But before all that, Alex, say hello to the people.
Hello, people. It's been quite the whirlwind 48 hours or so. Luckily, we have created this great relationship with Palazzo di Bocce. Anthony Battaglia, the owner, has created an absolute mecca here in Lake Orion, Auburn Hills, Michigan. You can hear it's getting rowdy behind us here. This is about 30 miles north of Detroit. 10 86 by 13 foot majestic courts built to international competition spec. Big high ceilings, natural light. It's a gorgeous facility, and we packed it with 48 teams and over 200 players over the last 2 days. It is absolutely electric in here right now, so part of my distraction, we have a team that is in the semifinals from Chicago, Blue Sink, our very own Vanessa Grupo's team, who participated in silver last year, and you might have caught them on the broadcast.
Yeah. Many of you watching now, I'm sure, watched last year's broadcast. You may remember Glutze, Vanessa and the boys being in the silver championship and forgetting that the point is to score points in bocce ball. They were shut out, but they have been once again cruising, playing great bocce this weekend, up in the gold.
Yeah, they jumped to gold, and they have had an incredible journey, starting with beating reigning champs Palazzo di Bocce in group play, a team that has never lost a game in the ABC Open prior to that, and hasn't lost a game since, with the legendary Jose Boto and Jason Wisniewski. They are also playing right now in a semifinal match. But all that energy, all that noise you hear is the cheering section for Glutze. They look like they're currently up 8-3 against a St. Louis team.
IABC.
IABC, that's the Italian-American Bocce Club in St. Louis, head by David Zona, who is a really, really good player.
They're great.
Yeah.
Great characters on the courts as well.
Yeah, they've been a lot of fun. St. Louis has had a huge contingency this weekend, as well as Kansas City. So we love to see the Midwest supporting American Bocce and supporting the American Bocce Open.
There have been some amazing interactions between the gold and the silver teams here in this Palace of Bocce. And I think it's probably time that we kind of break down what these two divisions mean and why it's so important for us with this American Bocce Open to have those two divisions. So we've been talking about the gold division. That's your traveling players, traveling teams. They, take this sport a little farther than just a hobby. It means something special to them. They practice their craft. The silver division still means a lot, but they're here for fun. They can't make it to the bocce courts this week, that week. It's no big deal for them. They're a little more casual.
Yeah, and for a lot of them, it's just a rung in the ladder on their way up. They're making their way towards gold. They might be newer in their bocce journeys, but for most of them, it's I love bocce. I love to play. I love the people, but I am not, waking up 3 hours before work to go to the courts and work on my Rafa. I'm not
There isn't a practice routine.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a weekend this summer where I felt like there wasn't something bocce related for me.
Yeah.
As a diehard, and I know a lot of people who play bocce when they can, and and would love to be a part of this, but just don't play quite at that clip, and they're happy being in silver. And silver is where we're at right now.
So the two teams we'll talk about briefly here. We'll touch on them, let you know who's coming, but we're going to also talk about the bracket as a whole and let the people get a look at their journey today to this championship game. So we've got Gem Bocce, hailing from Elmwood Park, Illinois, so just outside Chicago, but not necessarily a part of the American Bocce community per se.
No, they have their own comeuppance. So I guess GEM stands for Galwood Park, Elmwood Park, and Melrose Park, which are 3 neighboring communities, and a lot of these fellas come from there. They play in the Elmwood Park Bocce League, which if you haven't seen before, it's really a fantastic community that's had its own story for quite some time.
Yeah.
I got a chance to play a lot at Elmwood when ABC leagues were shut down for COVID. Elmwood was a little more lax with the rules, and me being a bocce fanatic, I found my way to their leagues. Strong community, a lot of players, not quite as, I'd say, so ABC has a ton of like super young socialite type players.
Yep.
Elmwood's probably a little more middle-aged in general, as an average demographic. And they're sort of a self-contained community in the sense where they don't play international rules. They're not voloing.
Right.
They're not really raffling. They're playing the way that they all play around each other, which is great pointing and sort of stuck to the courts and ready to keep playing any chance they can.
I guess brought them here to the championship game in the silver division.
Yeah, I met a few of them. Came out to Vegas too, so they're branching out, and they should. They should. And we played with these Gem Bocce guys. So I should say this Gem team is a little bit of Elmwood and a little bit of Racine, Wisconsin too.
Roma Lodge.
The Roma Lodge, yeah, which is
famous.
Really cool club, about an hour and a half north of Chicago. And this is a mashup of Roma players and Gem players, both of which I met at Roma Lodge and have actually played against and with quite a bit over the last 6 months. I think both times we were up there, we matched up against a lot of these guys.
Oh, that's exciting.
And I think Andy gave them the hard,
come on out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why they're here. I remember we were trying to leave like a month ago, and he was sitting there with them for like 2 hours, and I was like, Andy, we gotta go. And he's like, I'm trying to get them to the Open.
Right. And I think that's one of the things that happens with this bocce community. You travel, you're at different tournaments together, and you're spending a day in the same room, and you branch out, you talk, you compete together, you get to know each other, and then you find yourself being invited to the tournament next month, the tournament 2 months from now, and your bocce world gets bigger, and the comfortability with everybody. Is comfortability a word?
I think so, or we've turned it into a word.
I
know it's used.
Yeah, comfort and ability. The ability to be comfort.
To both.
You get more comfortable in the space with these.
For sure.
Like people that you only see a few times a year.
And a lot of people are looking for their thing, and there's whether it's a hobby or a passion or an enthusiasm, you want to be a part of something. You want to have a community, and all of my days, also similarly searching for a thing. This is the thing that's clicked with me, and this is the community that I want to be a part of. Yeah. So I totally understand why once you're in it for life. It's a lifetime sport. Speaking of sport, we can still chat a little bit about what's been happening over the last day and a half, but should we turn
the cams on?
Yeah, because the game is underway, and this is also an opportunity to see the majestic Palazzo di Bocce. So right now you got a live look of a little bit of the waiting game. Chow is holding balls, talking. Looks like they're ready to make a move. We've got a few different camera angles for you. Not quite queued up. You'll see them in a moment, but right now we can just kind of see what's happening. The gimbal's coming soon.
There it is.
Look at that shot.
Andy Zimmerman, our referee. Our championship games playing to 16. We're just underway, so Gem Bocce stepping up to the plate here. Their opponents we haven't spoken much about yet.
Chow. Yeah, Chow was a late arrival. They're part of the Kansas City contingency. I don't know much about Chow, to be honest with you.
I know
the last team entered into the tournament.
Yeah. One thing I know is they knocked out their cousins in the semifinal. The Polino Princesses and Chow are a family affair out here, and Polino Princesses made one of the great Cinderella runs this bracket day, and Chow ruthlessly said, "No more. It's an all-male, all-guys final here."
So Chow is it seems like KC has a few different levels of players. There's the Sons of Columbus folks who are participating in the semifinal match right now. Highly decorated players. They were the runners-up last year. Then there's the Sons of Columbus 2, which are another group of familiar faces that I've played against in some national competition. And then there's the Polino Princesses, who are now branching out and getting more comfortable playing. And Chow, this late edition, was like a few more of the homies that wanted to come along for the ride.
Hey, I got time to go take a trip.
Yeah, and they've showed up, and they've they beat a couple of really good teams to get here. You can see a nice little ball cluster right now. Tons of balls close to the Polino. And for those of you watching at home, you might think, okay, but if you've never played on an 86 by 13 foot court that's lightning fast, being close to the Polino is not as easy as it looks.
No.
Right? I mean, these are teams that were probably rolling 5-6 feet away from the Polino in the first games, the seeding games yesterday morning, but have slowly adapted and gotten better and better, and now are playing basically gold level competition.
There's, I think one of the differences I see between the gold and silver brackets is gold bracket will walk into a room, take a couple rolls, and they're up to speed. Silver bracket, silver division teams, they're going to take a few games, a few matches before they're finding any real level of consistency. How does that line up with your experience as you've been branching out?
Yeah, for me, only being essentially 2 years into. Is that true? I don't know if it's 2 years, but maybe not even.
Less than that, I would say.
A year or so into competitive play, I have found that every tournament I go to, I get a lot more comfortable. And the way that I approached a tournament 9 months ago, I was, there would often be tournaments where I wasn't able to adjust. And I was always, at about 2/3 of myself,
sure.
3/4 of myself. But the last couple, or at least it seems like every time I get able to adjust a little quicker, and it doesn't matter where I'm playing. And that's what I see from some players here. Like, bocce courts are bocce courts, especially of this caliber. You'll figure it out, and if you're a good player, within 20 minutes, you should be all over the place. Chow's journey to get to the championship.
Let's take a look at that. Let's throw that up
so we
on
know
the
they just beat Polino Princesses. They also beat the I-94 Toll Rollers, which is a great story because the Toll Rollers, Bridget and Jenny, have Bridget particularly has just become enamored with the sport and quickly ascended up the American Bocce social circles and competitive ranks in the last year, and she decided to make a team, and she got Taylor and Courtney from Joni Loves Bocce on board, and these are, 4 girls who have certainly never played in a tournament like this before. Courtney and Taylor, I don't think have ever played on a court like this before, and they went for it, and it was super noble, and I was really proud of them to do it, and they had their struggles early, but they had one of the best moments of Chicago and ABC teams of the entire tournament, which was they knocked out the number 1 team in silver.
It was, when we set the brackets, it felt like Extreme would be in the championship, and it was really a matter of finding out who their opponent would be. They looked
Extreme Bocce,
awesome out there.
That's
in
the Toronto team.
Division.
It's 3 folks from Toronto, 1 from New York. They play the game the right way. They know the game. They're certainly used to these kinds of courts and this kind of competition. And to be fair, they could have potentially been a gold team. And they were running through competition, and then they met the toe rollers who had just won a game prior, and they took them out, and that was a great moment for them. But then they immediately got absolutely spanked by Chow right after that. I think they lost 12-0.
It was quick for them. There's no doubt about that.
So Chow we're calling the Cinderella stoppers, I think.
We'll see where are we at on the. It's not going to quite be a huge underdog victory if Chow wins. It's the 6th seed Gem Bocce and the 8th seed Chow.
Yeah,
but it would still be another underdog win for them.
For sure. I mean, these are both teams that have fought through this bracket. Some other teams that we thought had an opportunity to be here in this championship from the silver were Heron Bocce Club from Southern Illinois. Rob Mulaney was in this tournament last year in the gold competition, so he's a gold caliber player. There was also the Chi-Town Stunners, which is this collection of incredible ladies from Chicago and ABC, who led by Courtney Strickland.
Yeah, Courtney, she was the original Bridget, rising star, embracing the sport.
Yeah, and she played her ass off this week, and
yes,
she absolutely, another one of those things where you finally get someone like her in front of a crowd like this, when the stakes are this high, and you immediately go, whoa, she's got it.
Yeah.
She's got it.
It looks like the Chow guys talked a long time about that decision, ended up going with a point and coming up a little bit short here. You can feel that they're trying to put some big points on the board, and in these big scenarios, sometimes the nerves get to you a little bit. Let's see how this last ball of the frame, where it ends up. Uh-oh. Do we have a sail? That's a sail. So, last ball of the frame, and they sold the point over to Gem Bocce.
Yeah, it looked a little aggressive. So Gem Bocce takes a 5-0 lead. Oh no, Gem Bocce.
I had that wrong.
Okay. It's 4-1 Gem Bocce. Wait, I'm confused.
I am. It's 4-1. Chow in the lead.
Okay, great.
Chow was rolling there to kind of put some separation, but Gem Bocce got a little luck to go their way. So now, just if you see my head moving around, which I'm sure you do, I am keeping tabs on these other games. Again, a lot of noise from Court 9, where Glue Tink are up 10-3 on IABC, and then just past that, Court 8, Palazzo de Bocce, the reigning champs, are playing against Sons of Columbus, and the score is 10-7. I don't know who's 10 and who's 7, but we'll find out soon for you. But again, most of the noise being generated is from that Glue Tink game. I bet, because the bronze game did end, and I'd love our runner, which we don't have, to tell me who won that game. From the photo op, it looked like it might have been American Bocce Company #1.
Really?
I don't want to get us too excited here, but I saw smiling faces, arms around shoulders.
So American Bocce, this is my team, right? It's a team consisting of myself, Andy Zimmerman, Lauren McDermott, kind of at the core, and then a rotation of Vito, Dave Crone, and Milan Tomic. And because Andy and I had recused ourselves from playing, we let the other 4 take the reins, and we had high expectations from this. This is the team that's representing ABC, wears it on their jerseys, and they, I don't know that we knew if they were going to win or not, but we knew that they were going to fight, and they did not live up to their expectations early. They lost a couple tough games. They went 1-3 in group play, and they were able to rally just like they did last year. It wasn't the same team, but Dave Crone and Lauren McDermott played together last year, had a tough showing group play, rallied in the bronze, and went on an absolute heater. I think they won 5 straight or 6 straight to close out this tournament. And guess what? There's only 3 teams that are going to walk away winners out of 48, and they're one of them.
They get to be one of those teams.
Yeah. So I'm proud.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my hat on my shoulders a little higher right now.
And what a hat it is.
Yeah, sorry to steal the show with this hat, but I was excited to rock it. This is my Mad Hattie custom-made bocce hat. And then when I say bocce hat, I really do mean that.
There we are.
Because there's bocce balls on this hat. See those little red and green beads with the white Polino?
Red is in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you... So also I want to mention for the people watching at home, those that are used to just seeing red and green balls. All right, we've got a moving gimbal, so you're not necessarily going to see the best camera angles right meow, but they're coming for you. Here we are.
There's the angle you want
There
to see.
we go.
That's what we pay the big bucks for.
All right.
So this is Chow again.
Chow.
Laying it on.
Chowabunga,
dude. Chowabunga. This is for a good old-fashioned casino. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was danger.
Give me all of it.
Casino!
Been absolutely electric in here all weekend. I think a lot of that starts with our crew.
Yes.
Something that the bocce world has needed for a long time. There's obviously a lot of wonderful folks in the bocce world, but the precedent has been that it's meant to be a very gentlemanly, quiet game, including quiet celebrations. Now, personally, I love tradition and I love respecting game, but I never understood why people don't celebrate great shots. We came in this competition and we said celebrate great shots. It's just like golf, where when someone's lining up to shoot a rough or to, hit a driver or take a 20-foot putt,
Give them their space.
Give them their space. Shut up. But when that putt goes in and that driver goes 320 down the pipe, you scream your face off. And that's
right.
what we train people to do that. And there's no reason not to. And that is one of the ways that we're modernizing the game here.
You mentioned meeting some of the Gem Bocce fellows at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And that seems like a place where a lot of teams kind of get their first exposure to this sort of coming out, traveling, playing tournaments. There's a destination to it.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is the destination, and we should shout out Guy DeSantis and his crew because I think what they do with that Vegas tournament is largely what has inspired the sort of next step that American Bocce has made, where we said, we've been to bocce tournaments that are good, we've been to bocce tournaments that are bad. There's largely a stigma that a lot of bocce tournaments are bad because there's only so many courts, which means there's a lot of waiting. And is anyone paying attention to what people are doing while they're waiting, right?
Right.
So it ends up being a lot of people sitting on old folding chairs for hours and hours, or traveling by car for 11 hours, showing up to a tournament, and that's double elimination, losing the first two because they've never played on those courts before. Time to go home. So we went to Vegas and we thought, oh, these guys are doing a great job. They do it right.
We're getting games.
Yeah, and I'm inspired by that. This, actually, we should get, Jesse, can you get a shot of the crowd behind them?
Yeah.
The crowd behind I just want to show you the cheering section of that semifinal game because it's absolutely incredible. I think she's sorry in there.
There we are.
Hard to
it's
tell
a little
from
far
there.
away. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. You know what? There we can go.
Ron just hit a big shot for IABC. We'll check in on that. Our team is at game point. We're at 11-6. And yeah, if there's a game winner. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm yelling in the mic. My runner's still not here. Well, let's look back at the Silver Championship, shall we?
This could be a pivotal frame where we see a little like a demoralizing amount of space between the two squads. Gem Bocce is really going to have to dig in, find their lines, find their speed on this court, and start clawing their way back in. They can't score if you score. So just keep your composure, roll your lines. There you go.
And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Right on command. That ball was in. According to Andy, Andy's been an awesome ref this weekend. If you know us, you probably know Andy, and he's one of the most chatty, gregarious guys you'll ever meet, but he's also an excellent referee, and he knows what switch to turn on as a referee, and I think that there might not be another ref that I'd rather have for international competition or PRV or a high-stakes open game like this. Andy and the rest of the ref crew really came through for us this week.
Yeah, it was great to have that support, have that organization, not have somebody on. Let's just let the people enjoy this.
Is in the championship.
Headed back to a championship.
What an incredible moment. They are representing Chicago and ABC and our entire community so well. I mean, literally, competition is stopped for this celebration. You love to see it. That's what I'm talking about.
You can't slap this smile off our faces right now.
I think that was an away game for you. It sounded like an away game.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's like football.
That was Ron Ferrante, who just lost to Boots. Good guy, Ron. He was the 2021 gold medalist in shooting
at the Nationals
in St. Louis, and he was recently usurped by Andy Zimmerman, who is now the 2022 gold medal shooter. So a lot of heavy hitters in here. And speaking of heavy hitters, that Palazzo Sons of Columbus game is still happening. It's only 10-9.
Whoa. Let's see what they're asking for.
Okay, back to the silver game.
It's Gem Bocce. They're looking for points, so
We can focus on this game a little more now that that distraction is out of the way. But as brilliant broadcasters, we got to follow the story, right?
the story was making itself heard, and we gotta listen. I think that seeing Glutes Inc. make it to the championship in gold a year after being in the championship game in silver really just shows the work that they've put in the last 12 months.
Yeah, and I think it shows a lot of the vision of the American Bocce Open.
Yes. They were given that taste.
Got a ball coming a little short there. I think that leaves Gem.
Gem will take one.
Yeah, to make it 8-2.
Make it 8-2
So
once
your
again.
scoreboard there is that representative of the ball colors?
I did my best.
Okay.
With these Super Martel balls that we see most teams sporting here, you're not getting one solid color, and they're in these beautiful hues.
We've got a lot of green on green, a lot of red on red. This one is black and white on blue and white.
The gimbal's losing control.
Yep.
And you know what? It's not the cameraman's fault. Sometimes technology is a little bit wonky.
We dealt with that a little bit this weekend, huh?
Oh boy.
We thought we had everything. We were ready to shock the world with our technology, which is actually just a lot of Google Drive spreadsheets.
It's spreadsheet magic, though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of layers to it, and we're also embedding the spreadsheets into public sites that people can kind of check out live. But I think we had a little.
It was a tense moment.
Yeah, we were a little overly confident and mixed up our numbers and letters. The 1As become the A1s and the 2Cs were the C2s, and all of a sudden we went to announce all the schedules in the courts and realized that it was all wrong. Took us about 20 minutes.
20 minutes, we recovered, and we're back on track, and we finished
right on time.
right on time.
Yeah. And right now, today, we're probably, I don't know, if we're not right on time, we're pretty damn close.
Yeah.
And that's impressive because we did have a scare today. We actually had a player that had to be removed in an ambulance. That player is okay, and that's good news.
There were a lot of people rushing to aid.
Yeah, and there was a lot of concern because this big bocce community is like a family, and as it went, I believe everything is totally fine, but it was a scary moment when there was about a 30-minute stoppage in play. The game went on. Unfortunately, his team lost that game because of kind of a silly rule. When you lose a player in the middle of a game and you're down to one player, if they didn't have a registered reserve,
right? Register a reserve.
Which I don't know. I was thinking about it after the fact, and I was like, what if they registered me right now? I mean, it felt like it might have been a workaround, but we had explicitly said we were playing by USBF rules, and that is the rule. So what happened is that their teammate had to play with 2 balls the rest of the game instead of the 4 they would have had.
And that is a handicap that is hard to come back from.
Impossible at this level.
Yeah.
2-ball handicap. Where would that work? I have no idea.
How can you get away with it in bocce?
Yeah,
or in
because
any
if there's
sport?
anywhere that you could get away with it, you probably wouldn't be playing by the highest form of rules.
Yeah.
Right? But on this level, on this stage, any good team with 4 balls would destroy the best player in the world who has 2.
Yeah.
Look at this ball. Is it going to get there? Oh, it's so close.
We have a weird little camera spot. But right now, Chow is sitting 1 point. Looks like rolling in for
I think 2.
second. They've got 2. This is for 3.
Yeah, and this is a good looking ball. This is a good looking ball.
They love it.
That's 3.
3 says Andy Z.
Chow.
Chow 11, 2 lead.
And that is a commanding lead. I mean, if this game was to 12, I think we'd be lining up the silver medals right now. But it's the 16. A lot can happen. I thought Sons of Columbus were posing for a picture over there, but they've just been having a long team meeting.
Long team huddle. Pivotal point in that game, 11-10 in the remaining gold bracket semifinal.
While we have a little pause in the action and the fringe just getting started here, Matt, tell me about some of your favorite moments from this weekend.
Well, Thursday night, before the games even began, we had a party at the hotel. And we had
good old-fashioned rager.
Good old-fashioned rager, hotel party. But really, that wouldn't be a highlight on its own if it weren't for the Bocce rec court that we had set up in the parking lot. ABC players know these courts well. They're 30 by 8, laying usually atop some AstroTurf, and that's how we get down with ABC leagues. And we saw people from around the country giving it a shot and kind of finding like, oh, just because it's 30 feet, it's still bocce. Still gotta be dialed in to make things happen. And no matter what, you're gonna get together around the court and have fun.
Oh, it's so
meet
fun.
people.
It was so fun. A lot of people that had maybe even stuck their nose up at the smaller courts in the past, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so there was that element to it. There was learning speed bocce from Mike of City of Trees. A really fun. It's sort of like a knockout type way of approaching bocce. That's a big highlight. Friday, the Meatballs and Polino Princesses game was a thriller in the silver. And the Sticky Bandits Worldwide against, oh my gosh,
Against Turbo Team.
Turbo Team.
Yes,
the
Sticky
two
Bandits.
big franchises
Yeah.
of ABC Chicago duking it out on the long courts. A 12-11 thriller. Our very own Digital Dave Hoffman, who we have to thank for a lot of the technical breakthroughs that we've been able to bring to this tournament through two incredible bocces. Bocce balls to win that game when it was tied up 11-11.
I do have to interrupt you, Matt.
Sorry.
We do have breaking news. Palazzo di Bocce did just defeat American Sons of Columbus.
So we have set our gold division.
It's Palazzo di Bocce versus Galitzine, the reigning champs versus the only team to have ever beat them in the ABC Open. That is going to be an exciting match. Really excited to see that.
A second bite at the apple for everybody in that one. So stick around or come back, whatever it's got to be. Keep your stream tuned in.
Keep your stream streaming.
Keep that stream streaming.
So back to Sticky Bandits. Sorry, again, apologize for interrupting, but first of all, Dave Hoffman has been instrumental in the support this weekend, as of so many people have been. Peyton, Lydia, Sean, Jackie, Jason and Annette here, Ala, Monica. Monica came through as like an administrative assistant, and the first 3 hours of the weekend, she was like, I don't know if I ever am going to be needed here. And by about 11 a.m. today, she was just literally like the glue person, keeping everything alive for us. And was, I would say, as important as to the success of this tournament as me and Alicia were, and Andy.
She allowed us to be 8 arms. She made us the full octopus.
Yeah, and it looked like just having her send games out and and help with the skills challenge and all that. Like it just felt like we needed her.
Yeah. And that's something we've found with ABC over the last 8 years. People find the desire to chip in and be a part of it. So we're here with another important moment for Gem Bocce to fight their way back into this game. It's a tough path to the point for Chow. There's a lot of traffic, and they have one ball to navigate it with. The decision is to point.
Yeah, they're taking their time with it, which
To
is
shoot.
it's the
To use
championship.
the wall.
What are you doing here, Matt? So just to set the stage, this is the last ball of the frame, right?
Yep.
And Chow has one, and Gem has holding the second closest ball. What do you do?
I mean, the best shot here is the ABC replace, where you go nuzzle into their point and take its place. Doing that over the 50 feet at the light pace that you need to roll that at.
It does give you a shot at 2.
It gives you a shot at 2, but
It's a tough ball.
that's what they're going with.
So he's actually going to try to bring that ball in off the wall. It's a great line. It's a great line. It's a great line, and it's just short.
Just barely shy.
So again, that ball was from, let me see if I can do my math here. 646, 59 feet.
That's some quick math.
59-foot point that he needed to Kareem off the wall and Kareem? I don't know.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar off the wall.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar off the wall. To carry him off the wall, 59 feet, and he carried it off the wall 58 feet, 10 inches. That gives you an idea of what this sport is about. What you see is a bunch of often older men rolling balls at balls, and you go, meh.
Right.
But when you think about the idea that the difference between a good ball and a bad ball is 65 feet 3 inches or 64 feet 8 inches. And to get the ball online and to stop and to get through traffic and do all that, it really is, it's folks, it's not as easy as it looks.
It is.
Oh, it is as easy as it looks for Chow right now.
Oh my God, But that's a great ball from Gem Bocce.
Let's see if Chow is a shooter. I believe this is John. He's not shooting, so they don't have a shooter. Often that's the difference between silver and gold too.
Silver and gold.
Like at gold, you have positions, you have posts.
Oh, it's a sticky one.
So we did get word on an earlier report that American Bocce, our squad, did lose that bronze medal game. So that means that Jerry Camasano, our buddy from Kansas City, and Sons of Columbus Chew were the bronze champs. So right now, we've got Gem Bocce versus Chow. So Kansas City's having a good showing here.
Kansas City is the hotbed of bocce, it seems.
I mean, Sons of Columbus won, narrowly lost to Palazzo in the semifinals.
The home team.
Yes.
That's the home. If the name didn't give it away, that's the Helm Boys.
If they would have won that game, then we could have had a clean
KC Swift,
KC
the
goal.
KC
Yeah,
Shuffle.
yeah, the KC Shuffle. However, and then on top of that, the Puma Princesses went and beat the Meatballs. They beat Nerd Alert. They beat the Hopeless Romantics. They won 3 games in a row in bracket play today. So KC probably churned out, I mean, I don't know if they churned out more wins than any other city because Chicago had like 9,000 teams.
Yeah, we had too many teams.
Yeah, but they certainly put together a more effective show.
Let's get the stats people on that. Stats department, if you could give us an answer for the most wins per city and the best win rate. See, once again here, I think we're seeing the difference between the gold and silver in that, like, reluctance to shoot.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, these are big targets too. When
Yeah.
that ball was just off the Polino like that, look at this shot. That's a sell. That's a sell. That's a sell.
that is gonna
Oh no.
get one back.
No, I'm wrong.
That got one for Jem.
Yeah. I often when the ball is within a couple inches of the Polino, it just makes for a bigger target and makes shooting even more comfortable.
Yeah.
I think Chow's gonna, no matter what. Well, I don't know. I guess if you blew a 12-2 lead, you might leave with your head hanging low. But I think Chow is going to really feel like it was a great decision to make it, to have been this last-minute team to show up. I know that one of their guys is actually told me that part of the reason why he's here is because he has plans of building a new facility in Kansas City and wanting to see what a perfect facility looks like.
To see the sport grow in the way that like the game is taking it. The game is taking shape now, and to decide to put the resources and effort into building the perfect bocce facility. I don't know that many people have asked that question before. This is going to be a close one. But
I mean, we got a lot of room. We got 4 feet.
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's good coaching there.
Yeah. just beat the ball that's in the lead. Good coaching,
All right.
better ball. Nice shot.
This is one of those teaser balls where you feel like I can definitely point inside of that. It's 2 feet away.
Matt, do you think 4 Matts would be beating Chow right now? That question was not in my pre-broadcast notes, but I wish it was.
Right now, no. But I would be, if I got to throw 4 balls aside, keep going back and forth.
That's 1 Matt.
That's one. That's
Matt.
right.
There's multiplicity stuff. So each Matt has like
yeah.
a slightly different personality trait too, you know? So you have like an aggressive Matt and like a kind of a like laid back stoner Matt, I think.
No, those mats would definitely end up in a fight, and Chow would win handily.
And then you have that like
they're really going to
You have a
outpoint.
broken Matt who's probably not doing much out there.
They're really. It seems like this team is going to outpoint me, no matter how many versions of me I get.
Yeah, and to that note, and I know I'm joking, but that point that's in there right now is sitting 27 inches
27, 28.
from the Polino is not an easy ball to beat. That's an average gold shot, and it's a good to great silver shot. And if you're at home and you play at Cleo's or you play at Log Cabin, and you think I would always be the 27-inch shot.
You know what? That shot had smacks of curling to me. That was a little raise.
Yeah.
Where you raise that short stone up into being a point, and you try and follow it with the ball you roll to make 2.
Did he? Not quite the second point, I don't think, but
Probably didn't quite get it, but shout out to Leelanau Curling Club. That really kind of gave me insight into that great little subculture that is so similar to what we have going on here with bocce.
side door is not quite open
Just
there.
a bit outside. Got one last bite at the apple here.
Speaking of Leelanau Curling Club, I'm thinking about all of our homies, and one that comes to mind, and we just mentioned them before, is Sticky Bandits. Look at this shot. Oh, he walks it in. 3?
What do we
Walks it
got?
in.
They're going to get a
2.5?
measure because they've definitely got 2, but that third is. Oh, Andy's definitive, and when he's definitive,
We want to measure.
they want it. They're
Andy
getting
calls
2.
too.
Andy
He
tells no
He
lies.
wants Jambachi to get their money's worth. But yeah, Sticky Bandits. How about this? Sticky Bandits, who provide us with the most entertaining game that we were talking about before, 12-11, hour-and-a-half barn burner against Turbo Team, which unfortunately kind of took the wind out of Turbo Team's sails, a team that I was expecting to do really well this
Perhaps
weekend.
see them here.
Yeah, for sure. But this is a collection of players who may or may not have ever been to Highwood. They don't need to practice because that's not what they're here for. They're here for good vibes.
They're here for culture.
Yeah, but when they get hot, they get hot. And they freaking sponsored this tournament. Sticky Bandits joined Cleo's, our favorite bar and home courts in Chicago. They joined Sucker Punch, the pickle company that has now made me realize that I need to drink more pickle juice to stay hydrated, to keep my electrolytes, to kill my hangovers. They joined Angels Envy. They joined help me out here. I know there's a lot more sponsors. Dyson, sucking up the competition, right? And some of our other sponsors, Da Vinci Bocce, who provide us with gorgeous bocce balls that are going to go to these very own silver champs. The Bocce Bros Stretch Up. We had a ton of sponsors. Now I'm going on a tangent. The sponsor I want to talk about right now is Sticky Bandits, who are promoting
An expanding empire.
Yeah, a cult? I don't know.
Well, is it a cult? Is it a pyramid scheme? Is it really just a collection of people that want to keep playing bocce and want to keep making connections, making sure they have a sub to call when they're a player short on
Okay,
this
so
side.
you're looking at this as like a practical, but let's talk, right?
Okay.
Me and you right now. You're looking
Right.
at this as a practical expansion versus some who have called it brainwashing.
Mischievous,
Yeah.
diabolical, perhaps.
Yeah. Some have called it a get-rich-quick scheme, which I haven't seen the finances, but I don't think that's accurate. But you're saying that
They've picked the wrong scheme.
it's practical. I don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out, Matt.
It's a tough one to call, but I like to give the benefit of the doubt and not assume there's some ulterior motives fueling this fire.
You say that, but then when they post their Instagram videos and they have Keith Raniere in them, it's hard to know. It's hard to know. But yes, shout out to Sticky Bandits as well as all of our other sponsors. We'll continue to chat about them because they, not only did they contribute something to this experience, but these are brands that
We might
help.
have one last ball here from Gem Bocce.
All right, I'll shut up.
We'll get back to the expanding empire. But right now, we need a good delivery from our Elmwood Park contingent.
And I think
That looks online.
it's a good ball.
It is a great
That is a
speed.
fighting ball. And
That is going to give them a fighting
and
chance
if Chow had
here.
a shooter, this game would be
Right.
Because this is the difference between gold and silver. That is one of the cleanest balls that you could possibly shoot. You have a little bit of leeway because if you were to knock the Plino, your ball would probably go with it.
But you saw right there, he stamped his foot where he wanted his teammate to drop the ball, to stop the ball.
Oh,
Second ball, that last ball coming.
no matter how much you talk to it, it is going to be a day late and a dollar short. And Gem Bocce is still alive, folks. Still alive.
14-4 on the scoreboard. 16 to play to. Gem Bocce can
That
perhaps
looked like
grab
the
a-
frame.
It looked, and then all it takes is one ball.
That's a frame that if you survive, you start thinking, do I have a chance? Can I make a comeback?
Yes.
Is this a
Gives you
Cinderella
that
story?
belief.
Yeah, for sure. Because they threw 3 bad balls in that frame. And I'm not throwing any shade, but they did.
Yep.
And then they threw one great one, and it held up.
Let's see if they can keep that
This is another
momentum
great
building,
one.
because
This is
that
another great one.
is sitting right behind the
Is
Polino.
Jem heating up?
Is- Okay.
Great camera work,
Another
Matt.
good
Great
line.
camera work, Matt. Even better ball.
Oh my!
That is a Nestle.
Player of the game so far.
I would tell you who it is, but there's a giant post on the other side of me, so every shot from that side I can see nothing of. But I'm going to guess that it was Sam, John, Carl.
Felt like a Samuel. If you're watching at home, let us know in the comments. We'll be sure to remember next year when they're back. Oh, we got a shooter coming. The first.
So yeah,
of the
Jem
game.
does have shooters. Yeah. Oh, and he hits it clean, leaves the Polino
What
in play,
a hit.
and that ball is exactly what I was referencing before. That is a perfect game-changing Rafa. That is the Rafa that would have Chow wearing medals around their neck right now if they had in their back.
Yeah,
It's interesting that we haven't seen more of it.
Startling to think that was the first time we've seen it this match.
Yeah, but also when you see Chow
Look at
immediately
him.
answer with
Look
that,
at
you
him.
think, well, maybe they don't need to shoot when you point that well, because pointing does win games.
Pointing is for dough. Shooting is for show. And we're back into the pointing.
Play a little wall, try to get a little angle on this. He's got a great look at it. So this is probably the best frame we've seen.
Best frame of the game.
Best frame we've seen. 4 great balls.
Jem has woken up. Oh,
Sorry, 5 great balls. 3 perfect balls.
that's it.
Guys, I got a little treat for you. We get a sneak peek. We get a sneak peek at one of our gold medal. Oh!
Where is that?
This is Vanessa Garripo, real quick. Say hi to the people.
Well,
I just want to know, you're playing in the gold championship. We've talked a lot about you guys in your junior. Tell me how you feel right now.
I'm nervous as heck.
But you did beat these guys yesterday,
We did.
and you can do it again.
I just want to score some points.
Hey,
Just want to have fun.
we're proud of you. We're happy to see you
Thank
here.
you. I love to be here.
yeah.
I love you guys for having this. Thank you so much. It's a great fucking tournament. Sorry.
All right, we gotta cut
That's
it.
my
We
friend!
gotta cut it.
Sorry.
Okay, back to the action.
Chow right now holding points.
It's Chow for now.
What a delight. What a delight it is sitting next to you.
It's
Alex.
Chow for now.
And we're chatting.
It's Chow for now, and Jem is having a powwow. The Lions recently cut David Blau. We are in Detroit. And it's NFL Kickoff Sunday tomorrow.
9/11, never forget.
It's also September 11th.
Quick moment of silence. That's a quick moment. So if my count is right, this I can't see with this ball, but this is the last ball of the frame for Jem.
Yeah, because one was shot out.
One was shot out.
Yeah. And not quite game point for Chow.
Not right now.
Okay, another
We've got
wall
one
ball.
up. This is another.
That's a good
This is
ball.
their spot on the court.
That's a good ball.
Court.
That is another staying alive ball. So Jem has that dog in them. They have that can't quit, won't quit.
Now that's a car.
That team that played in the semifinals against Palazzo de Bocce, where were they from?
Kansas City. You're also on a hot mic right now, so don't say anything. You love Kansas City, right?
No. Was a very impressive game. So
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to figure out where they're from.
Yeah. Kansas City's had a great showing this weekend. They're also playing in the Silver
And
Championship right now.
the final game will be against Palazzo de Bocce and
Glutes Inc., which are from Chicago, American Bocce team.
Gem Bocce keeps staying alive, keeps fighting. 5-4 right now. Debating where they want this Polino.
This image looks familiar with Rob Hallaney on the.
Hanging on the rail.
I think we have that picture
Ginger
from,
Peach Tree. We missed you this year.
Yeah.
And the whole Maestro's crew.
Yeah,
Nico and I were in the booth last year together.
Yeah, Nico, I apologize. I know I can't hold a candle to you in the booth. I wish you were here. I'd rather be hanging out drinking right now.
Those snappy references.
I did just make a couple chow rhymes.
You had a great ball happening on the fly.
But compared to a big dog like you, I am puppy chow.
We got to get off this owl.
Make him say, ow. What do we think? Is that ball in?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, we're just, Jem's going to have a little powwow.
For now.
There's Joey.
We're going to get another shot.
You getting a little Rafa? Little Rafa
Little
action?
Rafa in here?
Nope. Anthony is not the Rafa guy. Anthony Martocci is who's rolling right now. He's a good pointer. He's a really good pointer.
That's great pace. Let the wall take it back down to the Polino. Okay.
And he says, yes, sir. And Anthony's teammate, Adam, who I don't know as well, is a good shooter. And the two of them collectively have had a really nice rhythm throughout the entire tournament. And I've actually heard from several players that they felt like Gem was the team to beat in the silver
division.
Yeah. So this, you've seen what you've seen. Obviously, Charlie's playing a much better game overall. But what we've seen over the last 36 hours is that Gem Bocce is a really solid team that is more than capable of taking this thing. In fact, I think they've only lost one game all weekend prior. Well, we'll see what happens here.
It's an interesting experience from my seat behind the command center. My read on games comes from players' demeanor when they are passing over clipboards, crowding around our monitors to.
Oh, now that the Glutes game is over, we've got a nice little crowd around. Yeah.
That looked like it could have been a sail. Instead, he set sail and followed that Polino right to the Caribbean.
It looked a little bit like Chris Sale. It had a lot of pace on it. It was a fastball. Is he still running? Red Sox?
Probably.
He's probably rehabbing on their AA team. I think he's been doing that for like 4 years.
Collecting checks.
If anyone knows how Chris Sale is doing and what he's up to, leave it in the comments. We'll probably never read it.
Gem Bocce getting together at the center, except for our friend down here. He's decided
Get in there. Come on.
You know what?
Come on,
all
Jim.
right, I'll come over. I'll
Come
join the party.
Come on, Jim. Get in. That's Jim Silvani.
Oh boy, I would. Oh, so yes, the Gem guys, very just composed every time.
Demure.
They were very within themselves.
Yeah.
It felt just from that this is a team that's comfortable, that's ready to play, and comfortable's kind of been the word of the broadcast.
Sure, yeah. That's good. I think that's good. I think that means that you're comfortable in your post as the command center guy, as the broadcast guy. as the guy who is not competing.
Yeah.
I have a funny story
Doesn't
about Jem.
have to be judged ball by ball.
Funny story about Jem and that attitude. I remember the first time I met them in Vegas, actually. I said, "Oh, you're from Racine. My dad's from Racine. I'm in Chicago. It's nice to meet you." They're like, "Oh, nice to meet you too." And then they walked away. And I go, "Oh, I wanted more out of that." Well, 2 years later, I've gotten a lot more out of it. They're really great guys.
That was a whisker away there. Our second Rafa attempt of the game, this time from Jem Bocce. Dave just whispered in the balls here as it went zinging by.
Whisper is fastly becoming your word of the day. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. That was Adam.
That was Adam. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No one knows. All
All
right.
right, ciao for the win.
For the win here.
This is another opportunity they have. Holding the last ball. He's a quick roller. It's a quick release. It's working its way down the court. He needs a
Gotta go.
one.
One will do.
It's one.
15-5. We're either going to be sitting here on game point for quite a while Jem makes a heroic comeback, or a quick run.
Timeout in between games. You mean like 5 timeouts? Do like prizes? Get the new teams on?
Yeah, so just so you know, I'm on a hot mic here and I'm talking to Andy about what to do next. It's all good. You're going to peek behind the curtain. Andy, what we should do is get the gold teams on immediately, bring the silver teams to court 9, give them their medals and their prizes, take a couple pictures while gold warms up. Okay?
Sounds beautiful. Okay.
And if Jem goes on a heater here, we'll talk.
I got Dave jumping out of football. That's it.
McManus.
Man's jumping out.
Love it. But I also love that first ball of the frame from Chow. Sitting right in front, making him work. Because you know what? That ball had to run a little long because you're coming at it with a little pace.
So what's the call there? Chow still holding?
Chow is still holding point.
Okay, so Jem threw perfectly accurate, just a little hot.
A little hot.
And they do have more room.
I think the tough thing here is you have to look around Chow's ball to see the Polino. It shouldn't change too much.
That looks
your
really
approach.
hot, right?
Yeah, it does. But if our feed stuttered on us.
Sorry about our feed. That's what the apologetic chicken store said.
I remember
To the
calling
hungry
up chicken
chicken.
stores when we were first buying the. Oh, I had that call wrong. I'm sorry. Jem is in. Chow is running.
No, I think they nicked the Polino in your
During that stutter. We were calling chicken feed stores back in 2013.
Yeah, looking for oyster
crushed
shell
oyster shell.
to build our first bocce courts.
It all began with a dream one 2013 summer to build something for the community, a park to play in on a vacant lot. Oh, baby. That is
Big
delightful.
shot. There's a good angle too. Oh, no, it's not.
It's a good angle of the crowd.
Yeah. There's that crowd.
You can see
I'm just showing you that we have lots of cameras.
and that people are coming
Engaged.
around.
If you look at the top right corner of your camera, you can see us.
Oh. Hi there, folks. And there's our camera girl, camera gal, camera woman, Jessie
Camera
Morris,
person,
JMVP.
Jesse Morris, our friend, our savior. Great roller. I know that she's biting her lip, hoping she would be here playing instead of working the camp.
She is a ferocious player.
She is, and she showed that at the U.S. Nationals in Methuen, Massachusetts this summer, where she made it to the quarterfinals, only to lose to Amy Lazarati, who is now representing the U.S. in Turkey for the international competition. Oh, there's the shoot. Ah, the rail. Shake, rattle, and rail.
Oh, we've got a chance at a casino for Gem. They shot the Polino back to the back wall because all of their balls were deeper than Chow's.
And they have a great lead. That's
Look at
important.
that. Let me get a stand here to make sure I've got a correct read on it.
Not even looking at the right.
Okay. These teams holding one ball.
And is Gem holding 3 points?
Gem is holding 3 points.
So I think Chow, at this stage of the game, Chow is happy to give up one here. I think what they do is they roll a deep ball in that corner. They don't hit the back wall. They make Gem work for their second point, and they give up one, and they live this, and they go into the next frame.
But these teams haven't had to roll to the back corners
At all
day.
This whole game.
It is a real mind
Mind freak.
to try and get that right down.
That's a great ball. Again, happy to give up one. That's the lead you're looking for. That means now that Gem has to throw a ball within 2 feet of a Polino on the back wall to secure a second point, and all of a sudden 15-6 doesn't look that bad.
Let's do a little quick math. How far is this ball going to travel?
Oh, well, 74 feet.
74 feet. Got to get that exactly right, basically. Because that back wall is dead here, folks.
72 feet to play with, and it looks short. It is short.
Not going to get there. They'll take one.
Still alive. Still alive. And folks, if you're tuning in and looking for that gold match game, that is going to happen right after this. The gold match game is Michigan's Palazzo dei Bocce versus Chicago's Lutz Inc. And that match is brought to you by Sucker Punch Pickles. Sucker Punch Pickles, who provided us with electrolytes all weekend long. Hangover be gone.
Lutz Inc. delivered a sucker punch to Palazzo dei Bocce earlier this tournament. First game of group play, was it, or seeding?
First game of group play. First game of group play.
First loss.
Yeah, they must have lost their seeding game. Oh, no, because we randomized the group.
Strong lead here from Gem Bocce. Sets them up for success. They can start sucking up the points like a Dyson vacuum for a chance to stay in this championship. You got a pin high first stone.
Yeah, 2 feet pin high. That's a hard ball to beat.
Another one that plays tricks on the eye.
That ball's going to
when
be
it's
short.
hit pin high. I just got a heads up that something was a little off with our link on the homepage. So if you're looking for the live stream, you're not listening to this. But if your friends are texting, wait, how are you watching this? Head on over to Facebook. It's the top post on the American Bocce page. It's probably just the link on our homepage. It's a little-
No, I just clicked on it.
Oh. Huh. Jared's a new dad. He's a little frazzled. Who knows what he's clicking? pin high, 2 feet off. He's holding 2 balls a match. We're rolling balls before the last one even came to a close here.
Pressing a little bit, maybe?
Yeah.
That's short.
They're short. That's all 4 from Chow. Jim Bocce getting 3 balls, and they get to do what they do best. They're pointing. They're pointing into a big area. 4 points here makes it both teams in double digits. Ratchets up the pressure on Chow for now. That's not their actual full team, but I just can't help myself. You know, when you have a comfortable lead for most of a match, and then all of a sudden, opponents start nipping at your heels, it can kind of get into you a little bit.
Hey, that's gonna work, huh? A little kisser.
Do it right again.
A little
he gets to
kisser.
go back to back.
That is 2. We got a game, folks.
You gotta trust that he's gonna roll this in. Can be a little spicy and outside.
Yeah, a little outside. Not sure if that changes much. I mean, 3 is still a great score here. When you're trying to survive against game point, you take what you can get.
1 is always good, as my friend Danny Zimmerman likes to say.
Yeah.
1 is always good, whether you're giving it or taking it. Right now, they can't give. But they'll take 1 point any frame they can get. Gotta work, gotta stretch Lab into a 3rd point. Danny Zimmerman's weighing it up, taking out the tape measure.
All right, this first tail of the tape.
We got 2.
Oh, all right. Well, so 15-8 still feels like a lot to.
Feels like a lot of work to do, but you're feeling some momentum. You're feeling the wind behind your sails.
Yeah.
It's really important to not let that get into this first roll. Sometimes, for me, I start getting excited and my points start going a little off.
Closing a game is hard, especially at this level. It is hard. I know some really good players who are turning into really bad players when they have to roll a ball into a 2 feet radius to close out a game.
To win the game.
All right, let's see what we're working with out of the gate here. It's a little spicy, but it does catch a little Polino.
Closing with it a bit.
Maddie,
Heavy Polinos here at the Palazzo di Bocce.
sure, yeah, ceramics are often used for international competition. The steel ones are used more for recreational play. This is a public place. Look at that. Chow. They don't sound like they're ready to.
They want to get that full celebration started here.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready to relinquish just yet.
Lining up another Rafa here.
This is a big Rafa. This is a big shot.
Deep in the well.
What you love to do, I mean, taking Polino here isn't a bad idea either. And he was just going to say, don't miss right. You got a big target. Almost right. But, this is a big court, long court. It's easy to miss.
And, I think depending on experience, depending on your home court, he went straight to the back wall to line up that up. Didn't have to be that deep.
No.
Didn't
Oh,
have to be
yeah,
that
very true. Folks, Jim Bocce's on their last ball here. Chow is holding game point.
Championship points.
Jim Bocce, they've got a couple options. You got a point, right? Because if you shoot, you give them too much space. And here's the ball. This is the ball. To stay alive. It has really nice pace. Does it have enough? It does not. And Chow wins the silver championship.
What a round.
It is time to chow down. Chow is not down, chow is up because they went on an absolute heater. Sons of Columbus showed up and showed out, and they will be the first team to receive medals this evening. Look at how excited they are. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, boys.
The Columbus boys, come on out. Kansas City is in the Palazzo Debacci.
Love to see it. Great celebration. All right, you got another hour and a half in you, Matt?
I sure do. I want to go ahead and take a little break, so step away, organize. I'll stay, hold down the fort here. Folks at home, we're now transitioning off the silver. The champions are headed over to court number 9 to get their flowers. While we clear court number 10, championship court, bring over the gold teams, let them start warming up, getting a feel for their things. You see all the American Sons of Columbus from Kansas City getting together to support their guys. The last team to join the tournament is Silver Division champions. Anthony, Adam, Dave, Jim, the Silver Division champs, representing American Bocce, or American Sons of Columbus out of Kansas City. Doing proud by their club. See the camaraderie, the love. That's what Bocce's about here, folks. They're champions here, and they've got a prize that I know a lot of the players at this tournament were really hoping to get their hands on. Each player gets a set of Super Martel bocce balls. Beautiful, perfect stones. Great design. Tournament ready specs. And they're theirs to keep. Thanks to Da Vinci Bocce and thanks to Super Martel. So folks, for a little while, it's just going to be you and me and this little back screen. I'll probably poke over and introduce you to the gold champions every so often. We've got Mario Dotto for Glutz, getting a feel for his point. Mario's got a little baby at home that I'm sure he hopes to bring a gold medal back to. Being away for the weekend is no easy deal. Warming up with him, you've got Anthony. Oh boy, I just butchered that last name. I'm sorry. My Irish don't look this way. He has made some incredible strides. The Highwood Bocce Club singles tournament. He made an impressive run. Oh, it's an impressive run. And in the team tournament, I know we had a fantastic show. Rolling with them. Oh, there's the shoot. We're going to be seeing a lot of that this game. There's going to be no shyness when it comes to letting rip with a Rafa during this Gold Division Championship. You saw one of the great shots from that man, Jose Bato, last year. A couple stick Rafas in a row that had the crowd growing absolutely wild. First, he's going to dial in his point, though. Now, here we got Hunter, his partner. Young man with a really smooth delivery. Told me he's been traveling a lot for work these days and hasn't quite been able to put the work in on the courts that he'd like, but still finds himself in his gold division championship. Lots of Bocce teams. Okay, there's Jose swooping through. On the other side, they have Jason and Natali. A couple hits for the Palazzo crew. Jason and Jose used to travel around a whole lot as a duo, playing in all the tournaments that they could. They've since slowed down a little bit, various reasons, but when people see that the two of them are in a tournament, they know might be here battling for second place. There's a reputation, aura that follows these guys around. And if you're from Chicago, you know that aura of Vanessa. Striking fear in opponents' hearts for 6-7 years with ABC because of rolls tight to the Polino like I just watched her deliver there. And here's her partner, Julian. Julian and Mario first joined ABC leagues together back in the day, and they've stayed playing together. Various clubs, tournaments. They have a just passion for this sport. So let's talk about these teams' journeys here to the gold bracket. Palazzo de Bocce is coming in as the 8th seed. Amazing to see their reigning champs coming in that low, but really a testament to the quality of teams that came out for the gold bracket here in this second iteration of the tournament. Had to put in work out there, and Glutes Inc. coming in as a clutch number 2 seed. On the back of that victory over Palazzo de Bocce to start seed play. You can see the crowd starting to form around the silver champs and their Sons of Columbus brothers, giving them a little space. There's Natali doing what he does best.
And here's me.
Rafa's down. Got Alex back in the building, getting mic'd up. Roots Inc. Played your friends from the Waterside Club to get their bracket play started. That was a formative tournament to start the year. Was that the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022 when they invited clubs from around the country to their...
It was April 2022. The Ambassadors Cup was an invitation to the Waterside Club in upstate New York. Fantastic facility. Andy? Sorry, when Jose Bato asks you a question, you gotta stop.
Settle in and listen.
Where's All right, guys, we're getting our shit together here. Everyone's having some ceremonial hugs and handshakes in the middle. Hey, this is gonna be fun. All right, hey, this game is underway. Rio Mario Dato with the first ball of the tournament. Guys, we got some heavy hitters in the house. This is kind of a old guard, new guard situation. We've got Jose and Jason, the most decorated American players that I know of. And then we have Hunter, one of the more decorated young players in the country. Natale, who's had an amazing bocce career. A team that ran through this tournament in years past. And now they're competing against people that we came up with, people that played in bar leagues and struggled in those bar leagues and continued to show drive and perseverance. And when they got the chance, they got the taste of that tournament life, they said, this is what we want, and we want to be the best at this. And they're pretty damn close to the best at it. I think Anthony LaBarbera joining the ranks of Vanessa, Julian, and Mario has been a big part of the reason why they've ascended so much. Anthony is a tenacious competitor, versatile player, great shooter, great pointer. And I feel like when Anthony kind of joined the team, they all took a leap, himself included, and he'll tell you that. So this frame is underway. I'm giving you the camera angles I got to work with here. While we're here, I'll show you this fun American Bocce overlay. This is the logo from the American Bocce Open. This was our boy Frankie Estello's design. It's been adorned throughout the weekend. Commemorated in the t-shirts. Cool stuff. Now we got a live look at the first frame. I believe Palazzo de Bocce is holding point. And now they're just looking to rack up points. Not a great start for Glued Zinc squad. This ball might die. It does. And now it goes from what looked like 3 to just 1. So that is a huge win for Glutes. Right now I'm in the booth by myself. Matt is doing a little gimbal work for us. Unfortunately, we did not have the amazing broadcast support from Rec this season, this year. Those guys are great, Kevin Reedy and the gang. But we are working with what we have, which is a couple iPhones and an iPad, and Matt and I's winning personalities. And frankly, that's how American Bocce really has started and continued to grow. We don't have much in the way of resources, but we do have a lot in the way of tenacity.
And back.
Matt is back. He's mic'd up, ready to talk, ready to tell you things that I can't tell you.
Vanessa does what Vanessa does. Throws a perfect point to get a frame going. Palazzo Debacci had the honors as they scored the point in that first frame.
Matt, that 1 point for Palazzo kind of felt like a win for Glutes, right? It looked like they were going to give up 3 real quick.
That was Jason tossing a rough out there well wide.
Do you think the moment could get to them?
Glutes Inc. has a nice ball advantage in this frame. I think that Palazzo will settle in a bit, but they're going to have to fight. Even though this is their home court, it's going to feel like an away game. Glutes Inc. is going to have the crowd behind them, and it'll be interesting to see how they react to that.
Folks, I do have your scoreboard up now. It's 1-0 Palazzo over Glutes Inc. If you heard me being quiet, that's because I was also doing the scoreboard. There was a moment about an hour and 25 minutes ago when Matt was doing the same. It's hard to create scoreboard templates and talk at the same time, but I think we both did a pretty good job.
Hey, you can see why the NFL has a trailer full of people putting their production.
And we always tell ourselves that we can do it just the two of us. We got more heart.
That's a big last ball for Palazzo. That is sitting in. But
Yeah, but they
Glutes
have
Inc. have 3 balls.
They do, yeah. That was an unpalazzo. Let's see how that one shakes out. And they get the point. Wow! With tons of room.
A lot of room to
Interesting to see if potentially Glutes Inc. decides to shoot up heroin. Nope. To shoot up their middle ball here and go for.
Easy.
Oh, they're pointing.
Points.
They're pointing.
I don't have a feel for the speed that you should be coming into this with. It looks hot though.
It is hot. It is hot. It is hot.
Back wall is dead here.
Maybe a little rush on the nerves there. He's got 12 feet to work with,
But you're feeling the moment.
right? Because
Feeling the moment.
got about 12 feet.
Vanessa is watching as Julian delivers.
No, that looks better. That looks better.
Better pace, but he's still tickling it.
No, it's hot.
They'll settle for 1. You know what? What goes around comes around.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 frames in a row
Turn around.
where
is
both
fair
teams had
play.
a pretty easy opportunity for 3. And all that means is more bocce and more talking for us. Talkie, hour and 38 minutes into the broadcast. I'm feeling great.
I am just happy to be here. And I'm not just happy, but boy, am I happy to be here at the Palazzo Debacci here with you, Alex.
Yeah.
Watching some of my favorite people roll stones. Next year, hopefully, we're even watching more than 48 teams get down in the podium.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. We could do it. I'd be happy to do it. Host one of the biggest tournaments in the country. You know, you think of the Cleveland Challenge Cup, think of the Las Vegas Open. Those are the 2 biggest. This one's fastly approaching that level.
Now, I know Las Vegas is teams of 3. Is the Challenge Cup 2s or is it 4s?
4.
4s? Okay.
Oh,
You don't have to know.
I don't know.
I want to say it's 2, and we can be one of the bigger 4-man tournaments. At least as far as we're aware of. So if you got a big 4-man tournament out there in this big, beautiful country of ours, go ahead and drop that into the comments. We'll make our way out to you as soon as we can.
And if you have a George 4-man grill, consider grilling a sucker punch pickle on it. Sucker punch on the George Foreman is a tasty little secret.
Secrets, they are so fun. Meeting in the middle for glute sync. They decide how to approach this.
So Glutes is holding 3 balls. Their opening point was to be desired.
Well wide, well long.
And Palazzo immediately opened with a tight point. So now Glutes Inc. has to decide if they want to shoot or not.
And Anthony's lining up to shoot.
Yeah. Great form on this kid. Polino.
Ripper of the Polino.
We got Polino and he left Palazzo's ball short. So this will be this is our first opportunity to watch Jose Boto shoot. That's a big part of why we
get
a long point. Okay.
Back wall.
I don't know anything.
This feels like one of those tougher strategy calls. One of those things that can go either way. It was interesting to see them make the call so quickly.
I thought Jose was going to shoot a couple balls down there.
Is he leaving this a little bit on the wall to give Jose some options to work with?
Maybe.
Is he just using that? Let's see, they're going to talk about it. That's an interesting way to look at the back wall. Interesting look at the back wall. So Palazzo de Bocce sitting in with the point there.
Which is it's probably hard to tell from that angle.
Black and yellow, yes.
I might consider shooting their ball if I'm La Barbara.
And that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, okay, he chases it out of there.
Yep.
Chases it out of there. A little back and forth here. At this point, I'm thinking perhaps mitigation is in mind. Obviously, it'd be nice to lay in a perfect point there, but what if you hit the back wall?
Yeah, what if you go long? Here's Jose. He didn't take too long to think about it. I remember when I first met Jose, he was saying you don't pick up the ball until you know what you're going to do with it. He knew right away he was pointing in there, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean
you don't need any camera tricks to tell you that black is well in.
Yeah, looks about 2 feet short of the Polino.
Right in line.
On an 86-foot point. So it seems to me Mario, he might try to use the wall here. No, it looks like he's taking a straight line. Oh, he's using wall.
Now what is the benefit of using a wall in this situation to get where you want to go? Is it taking speed off?
Oh, look at that shot.
Let the balls and the crowd do the talking for you. Shoot for show, but point for dough. That's a confidence builder.
Yeah, it's huge.
You know?
It is, especially after a shaky first ball there. He's going to quickly forget about that and just remember the time that he dropped the ball 85 feet down the court exactly on the Polino and outpointed Hunter, one of the best pointers in the country.
Will we get another magic moment from Jose? Lines it up. Just a bit wide. If that happened too fast for you at home, that shot
it happened too fast for me too. Yeah.
Hit the back wall before it made contact with anything else. So it is out of there. And Glutes still holding one.
And I got a funny little Mike Z. He didn't want it after that miss. All right.
Vanessa getting frame number
So Vanessa elects for another shorter point. She's a couple feet off the wall in the volo zone. We are playing open rules. Gotta go. Not bad, not bad. 2 feet. If it sounds like the announcers are rooting for glutes, it's because we are.
Just a little bit, but
As
I
much.
think the one thing I'd like to point out is last game that ball would be considerably harder to beat, I think, for the players out there. Whereas in this game,
Natalie just quickly.
Charlie stepped up easy, stepped up clean, dropped one in, right on the
You're fine.
Julian. Make him do it again.
Beef Julian.
Yep. Can he do it again? I'm a little surprised to see.
Of course he can. Oh, that's a little hot. That's a little hot.
In the pointer spot.
Yeah, they switched things up this year.
Come on, B, you got room.
Jason usually points while Jose shoots. Last year, the Open, Jason didn't play, and Natalie shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
With
So-
Leo. Love to send some love out to Leo and his family right now. Vanessa's got that spot covered. Unfortunately, that's not where the Polino is. But Julian's been delivering tasty nuggets all game.
This one looks tasty. I'm gonna
That
tell you
is
what.
the right
I'm
pacing.
gonna tell you what.
The viewers at home don't need us rooting for Glute Sync. The crowd is letting the people know. Jason with 2 to deliver. Went through the bedroom window.
Unbelievable.
Straight to the bedroom. That has got to be almost exactly a ball's width between the
You
Polino
don't.
and that ball.
Yeah, and at that point, like, you don't even chalk that up to a miss, right? That was probably his target.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably so accurate.
Yeah. Hit and stick.
Hit and stick for
Make
two.
it 2.
A quick re-rack there, no trouble. Doesn't hesitate. Doesn't think about trying to point one in there. Just does the exact same thing and gets 2.
I gotta believe he knew he didn't throw a bad ball that first time around. He delivered what he wanted, didn't get the right result. He didn't change his way of approaching.
And if you're joining us just for the gold medal match, once again, I'm Alex. This is Matt.
And I'm Matt.
We are the.
This is Alex's hat.
This hat has been stealing the show for me this weekend, but we're tournament directors. We haven't played. We're just hanging out, aiding and assisting in every which way. There's been a lot to juggle, a lot of moving parts. I think it's gone pretty well. I think yesterday a couple of small hiccups here and there. Today was really smooth, really clean.
Yeah. But you know, that's one of the things being a director as opposed to a player in these tournaments, at least for the ones that we get to run. From all the feedback I hear, the players' experience is not feeling what the directors are feeling.
Of course,
you know?
of course.
And so everything we've heard from the players this weekend has just been so positive, be it about the Palazzo de Bocce, the quality of the courts and the facilities here, the directors, referees.
There's one of them too. Andy Z has been the I don't want to say the third head of the 3-headed monster, Cerebus, because there's been more than 3 heads.
I was going to say,
together.
we've got well more heads than 3 here. But it's been...
So that ball actually drifted out. I think it looked good for a while, but I caught a little momentum off of the side slope. There he tries to come in
without it,
and
his speed is a little wrong. Now, humor me here. When you're playing off the wall, are you expecting to lose a little bit of your ball's pace?
I think it largely depends also, too, if you're hitting the wall. Look at Anthony. He says, don't worry, bro, I got you. If you're hitting the wall, you're deadening the pace. If you're finding the top of the slope right before the wall, you're often adding a little
right,
pace.
yep,
So you really have to commit to it. I find that a lot of club players like to hit the wall to not worry about the paces.
Oh my goodness, Jose hits his target. Let's see how the balls end up shaking out.
And
My friend Jose loves to say,
the balls are round.
And in this case, they rolled Glutes way.
Hey, shout out to Glutes, who scored 2 points, which is 2 more points than they scored on the broadcast last year. This ball is
settling in real nice.
Oh, it's short, I think.
Is it? It's a tough angle here for us in the broadcaster's booth.
Yeah.
We're not going to get a call from Andy right now. Let's see what the people say.
Dan says it's in.
Glutes Inc. are huddling as if it's their turn to deliver.
If it is in, it's not very close. And that is what we often refer to as a gift. A lot of deliberation happening, you can see. Anthony looks like he's going to shoot something. He looks like...
We're talking balls here, right?
We are. It looks like he's going to shoot something here. He tries to shoot a ball up, he hits it, just gets a bad lay.
Hard to expect all those balls to just cluster into that corner for Glutes Inc. But right now, what it ended up being is a big invitation to Palazzo de Bocce.
Yeah. Here they're gonna feast on this. I'm surprised by the call because it looks like they had maybe 8 feet to play with on a good long point. This is a lackluster frame by all parties. That's going to be 2 for Palazzo. 5-2. Guys, it's 8 o'clock here in beautiful Lake Orion, Michigan. 7 o'clock back in Chicago, where a lot of our friends are at. We are so excited we're down to the last game. I think we had 170 something to get through, and somehow we've made it through all of them in a relatively timely fashion. Should be wrapping by 9 o'clock, which if you've been to bocce tournaments in the past, you know that's kind of early. Vanessa's going to go ahead and try to outpoint Hunter's first ball. Drew likes it. Get
a little stretch lab for us.
and it falls out a little bit.
She's going to go right back at it. Assessing what she learned from that ball.
Guys, I'm actually also seeing the live comments as well. It's good to see some of our friends. Anthony's wife Haley is watching. Leo is watching. Nico is watching. The Jacobs out west.
V, can it settle?
It's a
Settles a little
drifts
long.
out. It drifts out. It's don't get it twisted. This crowd wants Glutes Inc. to win, so don't listen to the applause and the roars because they'll often overreact. Kind of like when you're at a baseball game and someone hits a fly ball to center field. That's 100 feet short of the outfield.
Yep.
Or of the fence. Anthony has hit
Nope, that was
everything. Julian and Anthony.
Julian and Anthony to interject a little bit, I think what you were going to say is those two have been picking it up for their partners by plucking the Polino late in these frames to really change the way that it can play out.
Peter Player plucked the Polino. And we've got lots of pickles from Sucker Punch. Thanks to
Once
Sucker Punch.
again, all those early balls taken not necessarily out of play, but they're really not currently relevant because that Polino is on the back wall right next to the glutes.
Target shooting is paying off right now. I mean, I guess not so much in the score, but considering that the pointing has been shaky at times, the Rafas have kept them alive, which is great to see.
Now, once again, we're seeing that. Can you control your pace here at the back wall?
This is a great camera angle. This is a great camera angle.
Dave
That ball is
McManus
long.
from the Turbo
That ball's
team.
long. That's
gave us a
ball
great look at it.
I think Dave just found his gimbal stroke.
And that just shows you how close it can be. Look at that. That is an inch and a half from making contact with the Polino and being a live ball.
We call that back wall blues. And our friends in Ohio would have loved that shot.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think, shout out to Ohio. There's this kind of ongoing conversation between, the old guard and the USBF and wanting to see Bocce play it a certain way. And then Ohio having this just hotbed rich community of players who play a very different way. And then there's folks like us that are kind of in the middle that we say Bocce is Bocce. And one of the things that I've been proud of in the growth of the ABC Open is seeing these traditional players and these, I don't want to say modern, but maybe self-contained players doing it together.
I liken it a bit to what you see in tennis. We just are coming off the American Open, played on hard courts.
No one's ever referred to that as.
But hey,
the
I'm just
United
used to saying
States
the
of
American
America.
Bocce Open.
Yeah.
Played on hard courts, then you've got Wimbledon.
Yep.
God save the Queen, or
grass.
whatever that phrase should be. On grass, there's got to be little variations within your game to keep it alive, to keep bringing new people in, and then hopefully they take that and explore.
Speaking of live, the back wall is live in Cleveland, and this ball.
Okay.
Now that's a crowd overreaction because we had
Still one.
It's still one. It was one. It's still one. That is going to be 5-3, Palazzo de Bocce over Glutes Inc. It's a close game. We got a lot of bocce left. One thing that I think
On camera, I just want to shout out a few people. Lisa Watson,
that's
Dante, Bocce Bros.
Bocce Bros are absolutely not
Speaking of Ohio,
not just killing it, but they're kind
balling out.
They're the momentum that this sport needed in addition to what we're doing. I mean, I think we haven't done anything in tandem yet. We obviously are friends. We respect each other. We want each other to succeed, but it's imperative that other people are taking the ball and running with it, like the Bocce Bros, at the right time, and you can feel that momentum happening. You can feel these dots being connected. You can feel Jose hitting stick Rafas. What a shot.
That was great. You know,
Quickly, I didn't even have time to look at it.
I love what Glutes Inc. did there by throwing a short Polino, putting that first ball right on it, and just the confidence and quality of Jose Bato to get rid of it but keep his ball relevant.
Yeah, this is a great shot by Rio. Back to back.
Does it again.
This is Mario Dato, who we were introduced to years ago, maybe 5 or 6, in our leagues. Again, before I can finish a thought, there's a Rafa. That one, his ball actually comes back short of the halfway line.
Just a bit of English on that, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. This is something that we are missing, obviously, from the Rec broadcast from last year. Is we don't quite have the technology to show you exactly how great that shot was. But what we do have is a couple iPhones and an iPad and 2 guys who love to talk.
And I would say just a slightly better understanding of what we're looking at and a little more dynamic camera work, even if it doesn't always keep up with the speed of a Jose Bato Rafa. Lots of debauchees coming together to talk about it. You gotta believe they're gonna point here.
Good to see Billy Dunlap in the chats. Our boy Billy D almost made it out here. Signed up as a free agent, put him on the team, and then he got scared and ran away. Just kidding. No. Life often gets in the way, as we say. Bocce is life, but life can also be life. Depends
I
on your
wonder
perspective.
if the short Polino played into that thinking process. It seemed like he had plenty of room to point one in there.
No, I think that's just a layup. That's a layup.
So easy to hit it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the ball advantage probably has a little to do with it there too.
Yeah.
That's that, and that would be probably a level of either it was a mistake or he's seeing the court in a more advanced way than we see it, which
Well,
I'm very willing to admit.
I'm gonna go ahead and say he lives here. Not quite, but this is home for him.
Oh, we don't know that he doesn't live here.
Fair enough. Though I did talk to him earlier, and he has been traveling a lot.
Yeah.
these days. Anthony.
So
He's got a
what's
quick ball
it? So
count.
1 to 1.
Is it 1 ball to 1 ball right now? I believe it is.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm drunk off pickle juice.
Right now, Palazzo de Bocce has 3 points sitting in.
Okay.
Their third is about 40 feet.
Oh, so Anthony's going to shoot Polino.
So Anthony goes ahead and does what Anthony does, and he plucks the Polino.
What an interesting game this is. Those are 2 balls that in 99.99% of bocce that we've ever seen are points. And what they did is they went ahead and they went Rafa and then Polino Rafa because they're so confident in their shooting abilities. Hunter goes ahead and he points this last ball. And I honestly think that Glutes Inc. will be content only giving up 1 here. But that ball might be short. That ball is short.
Well, let's let the head official, Andy Zimmerman.
Oh, we got a measurement. I love how in his bag Anthony is so confident right now. He's hitting everything. He likes the stage.
Oh, we got to go back for a second look.
Oh,
Look at this camera work from Dave McMahon. I didn't hear the refs call, but I heard the crowd react.
oh, that was the second point.
Yeah.
That was
We got two.
oh that
for glutes.
I called the distance 69.25 really
Oh,
hard.
and then-
Placement counts.
Andy loves. The only thing Andy loves more than telling a good joke is retelling it.
And then just below both of those, the number 69, which is the number of inches away that second point was.
How about this? 5-5. Do you think the game to 16 will? Do you think there's a stamina thing at work here when it comes to Palazzo de Bocce, who's played in dozens, if not hundreds, of national tournaments? This is a glute sink who, I've pretty much been at all the tournaments they've been at. I can count on one or two hands. We're absolutely loving them. The momentum from glute sink. We definitely think they have the home court advantage on the away courts. But do you think that a game to 16 might weed out like a heater,
I think
which Anthony and Julian are right now on a certified, classified, 100% heater?
you're going to ride some waves in a long game like that.
But
But when it comes to pure stamina, I don't think that 16 points is playing in quite as much as the 10 games that they've played over the
to get here, yeah.
last 40 some hours.
Palazzo.
But even within that, it can go either way. You've got youth on the side of glute sink. You've got experience and that knowledge of where it resides within you to get through a game like
Yes,
this.
yeah. I think Palazzo is also just not pointing like themselves right now. I think that they will right that ship.
That is something that you'll see come back.
I
over the
don't
course of the
know that
16-point game.
they are. I don't think that they are affected by the moment, but they do play in a lot of tournaments where they will not see a crowd like this.
Right.
Okay, so Julian misses his first Rafa of the game, which is the first missed Rafa by glutes in this entire game. So now Vanessa's going to want to get one close. Now, when you're playing a great shooter like Jason, do you think get one close any which way, or do you think, where do I put it where he's not going to immediately shoot it out?
I think Anthony was pointing out where you really had to look there.
Oh,
You want
Is there anyone
I hate to
easier to root for than Vanessa?
I'm ready to meet him because I haven't yet. No, she is lovable, determined. Oh goodness. Well, there's a live glute sink ball on the back wall right now. So that wasn't quite the trouble that it first smelled like.
Do you think that was a missed Rafa? It had to have been, right?
I think
Yeah,
he was
'cause-
absolutely
yeah.
had to be
Yeah.
aiming at plucking out Vanessa's.
Yeah, that had to have been
ball
a missed
there.
Rafa because that would have been in 2 to 3 for sure. And now they got to work for 2,
Work for that second.
which I bet they get here.
That ball's not going to get there. That ball from Julian's not quite going to make it.
Look at Dave right on the court. Our boy Dave McManus.
He knows that these guys don't. The players out here, they're used to seeing people on the court.
Yeah,
They don't get rattled by
There's an
something
interesting
like that.
occurrence earlier today where there were a team yelling at another team
Heard
about
that.
about being on the court while they were rolling, and it became a little. It became a point of contention. And I didn't understand it because, on the highest level of bocce, players are used to being on the court. You don't always have something to stand on as long as you're out of the way on the side, it's pretty standard fare. So I don't know, I can't quite read into it. What I can read into is that was another not great point by Palazzo, something that we didn't see at all last year. Last year,
they were pointing out of their mind.
Ran through the competition. They're probably missing Leo. We're missing Leo.
I know we're missing Leo. Speaking of Leo, though, I heard, and Palazzo de Bocce, he was broadcasting the international tournament that they hosted here earlier by himself. One mic, one man.
All day, all night?
All day, all night. An incredible, I mean,
how
that's
much
just
did he
a
talk about
testament.
pickles, though? That's what I want to know. Probably never.
He's in the chat. Maybe we'll get a chance to hear from him about his pickle chat. Mario's not so sure. It's because it's coming up short.
Okay. This is fun, huh, Matt? This is really fun. I mean, I'm so glad, even at this point, that it's a 6-5 game. No one's running away. Yeah. I was definitely. We are now on minute 131, so we're at like not quite Harry Potter length film, but like maybe like a Thor or like a Captain America, and
we know we're going to be a deer hunter by the end of this.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Maybe the director's cut. Oh, you're bad. Boy.
Oh.
And I wasn't talking about that ball, although it was bad.
It's not what he was looking for. So now they've got 2 balls short of the Polino. So you're starting to worry about covering your back. So,
all right, pickles versus bananas, folks. What do you?
I've got childhood richness in pickles and banana stories.
Okay.
Are we ready, folks?
Yeah. We're in the middle of the game. There's a lot of bocce left.
It's only been 131 minutes. I had a babysitter when I was
All right, let's look at us. Let's see.
a mere young boy, babysitter, who would come over, grab a big jar of pickles out of the refrigerator.
I keep telling the story, but I don't want to look
house
at
the
it.
whole thing, and then she would pin me down and breathe right in my face.
Oh, the nerve.
Turned me off to pickles for the better part of 15 years.
And
a
babysitters.
decade and a half. No, it's kind of like the being pinned down part. But
is there a banana half to the story?
The banana half to this story from my childhood. Pneumonia or something of the sorts. Antibiotic, a banana-flavored antibiotic pulpy thing. Had to take that 3-4 times a day. Can't eat a banana to this day that's mushy without getting a little.
Thinking about that?
Little frog in my throat.
So there's a olfactory sense, like physiological connection that you have, and if you know more about what I'm talking about, don't worry about it because it's not important, and we'll just move on.
You get this tale we're telling.
I think what we're trying to do is avoid showing this frame because it was a little mental lapse by the glute sync.
And let's see if Palazzo can punish them for it.
So what they did there is
build
they
some space.
Yep, build some space, and I think right now they'll comfortably park in a couple balls because they have a 6-foot radius, so really 12 feet to work with.
That looked like one of those shots from Jose where he's like, I'd love to just pick the Polino here and bring everything back where we've got nothing but room. But he was also happy to just create a little extra space for Hunter to roll into.
Yep, which he will.
And make 3 happen.
Yep. And I love that Hunter does something there that I really like to see, which is beat the ball that you need to beat, right?
Don't demand perfection when perfection isn't required.
Yeah, and also like when you think about just avoiding any outcome that you don't want, right? It's like just beat the ball. That ball was probably 6-7 feet away. So he threw a ball that was 4 or 5 feet short. He knew that was in his wheelhouse. He didn't try to put it right on the Polino. He didn't want to knock some things back. He just wanted to get the point. And often you'll see people underwhelmed by a scoring point. You should never be underwhelmed by a scoring point.
Put the points on the board.
And you should often be underwhelmed by an early point.
Great ball, even if it's a great ball like that.
Because the frame's not over and it doesn't mean anything.
They're going straight to the Rafa here. Tapping out Vanessa, letting Julian line it up. Looks like a juicy target. Sitting there on the wall. Oh.
Okay, so that's
But
Julian's.
sometimes you get a little too comfortable.
That's a second miss in a row. But I do think that he's not going to shy away from this moment. He's going to make a lot of big shots as this game goes on. It's a long game. It's a war of attrition.
I really appreciated that moment as he was walking back. And Vanessa just gave him a look where it said, I believe in you. We got this. Shake it off.
There it is.
I can pick you up.
And she did.
I am the wind beneath your wings.
Nothing matches or complements a look like that, like a shot like that. Look.
Ball cozying up to the pill. Jason. This is really fun. For me, seeing Jason, the shooter.
Yeah, I mean, seeing good bocce is really fun.
Seeing great
But
bocce.
Jason's form is really beautiful, and I've only often seen him as the pointer.
For sure.
He's had some really cool stick Rafas this week, and I use the word cool on purpose because I feel like a teenage boy awe-inspired by him.
Watching someone hit a mean kickflip, but it's the bocce version of that. Can Vanessa go back to back? Oh, you love it.
The crowd goes wild. This is a moment. This is a bocce moment. Jose loves it.
We're smiling in the booth. Jason's smiling as he walks up to get a look at it.
I think Jason just loves the idea that he's in his own a facility that he, helped build with his own hands, and he's been not the man, but one of the men in charge and doing what needed to be done to make this place what it is. And right now he's just being overtaken. It's a hostile takeover by Chicago, by Mazzini, by ABC, by Highwood, by Elmwood Park, by all of all of our supporters of Goods Inc. and Vanessa supporters. And as we said earlier, you gotta support Vanessa. You gotta love what she stands for.
Jose's really looking over this one.
Make them work. Make them think. Anytime I've played players that I thought were maybe technically better than me, my goal was to make them think, make them hesitate.
Put options in their head. A pacey point.
And it
makes contact, but that was such a good ball from Vanessa that it had nothing to do but bring the Polino with it, with her ball. This is another delivery from Jason. Trying the raise from our curling crew. Not gonna get it. They were put in a tough spot. How many balls? I've lost count of the balls here.
And folks, if you are at home listening to us and watching this live stream, I
We're
think it's
poking
kind of
our heads
funny.
around.
We can't see anything. Literally anything. What I'm looking at is wall-to-wall people on both sides of me. I can see like 7 people on the other side, and I can see like the top 2 inches of the court.
And we've got
But I wait for the ball to roll through on the live stream. And it looks like
everybody puckers up a little bit.
Blutsink is still sitting 1.
And we've got Andy Zimmerman's third favorite thing, 69 on the scoreboard. And
There's Andy.
Andy's chest on the camera. Mario Dato, last time we saw him with a Polino in his hand, he got a frame started off real nice. Let's see if he can do it again.
I'm sorry. Andy's in the way.
Last year we had a physical therapist in the booth with me. Now we've got one on the court playing the championship. Mario is a man of body mechanics, and you can see it in his delivery. The way he lines up, the smoothness of his motions.
He has an almost 90 probably a 70 degree back arc on his points. Something that
It's a big
it's a big back arc.
big back arc.
Great shot there.
Wow,
Hunter's season
Hunter.
opening. The season opening. And let's see if Anthony can keep it hot. He hasn't had to shoot in a couple frames. It's been a few minutes.
We still have
But boy,
if he can get
we can't see it, but we'll know by the crowd reaction.
that Polino to go back with this Rafa, he's looking all right.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that. I feel like he was in a zone, and then he didn't have to shoot for a minute, and the last couple of frames were really long.
Now he's totally changing his angle of approach.
Okay. Okay.
Shaves just on the other side.
I wonder if you're watching at home, does it feel like Palazzo Bocce is winning and kind of in control? Because after this frame, they could be up, they could be doubling, but that's not the way I'm perceiving this
It
game.
feels-
I've seen a little vulnerability from them, and I love watching them, but I mean, it looks like they're going to get 3 or 4 here.
That's a loose seal. Last ball from Mario. He was looking to tighten it up and make him work
Yeah.
on these last balls.
Yeah, maybe it's just our hoping, wishing, wanting, but it does feel like Blutsink is, if not right there with them, maybe even slightly more in control of the game, but the scoreboard is not going to reflect that, particularly after this frame. I think it's these couple hiccup frames is what it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, we get in these battle frames, but only 1 point comes out on the other side of them often.
Right.
But
And Palazzo's
it
floor,
feels so well earned.
the Palazzo team's floor is so high,
Yeah.
whereas I think Glut's floor we just saw.
Yeah. And what happens when those two entities meet, you get 3-4 points put on you real quick, and the game starts to get away.
Look at that. Look at this cluster.
We got Orion's belt out there.
I mean, these balls are. I mean, this is light work.
Yeah, this is easy money. Let's call it now. That's a casino.
Got this.
And all of a sudden,
He's just drawing pictures of these balls at this point.
Palazzo Bocce 3 points away from defending their title.
Just like that. It was 6-6. I think.
It was 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes ago. We were single digits. No one was flirting with winning the title just yet. And now here we are. Palazzo de Bocce, 13 on the board, 6 for Glutzi. But one thing my friend myself likes to say, they can't score if you score. Dig in.
Did you say my friend myself?
Yeah. Dig in. Find it within yourself to come out on top with each ball, each frame, and the game can never get away.
That was very inspiring.
That was a lot.
Yeah,
that was a lot.
That's what happens when you go into. Now we're in Harry Potter territory.
We are.
Right, from Avengers movie to Harry Potter, dangerously close to Lord of the Rings.
That looked a little early on the wall. And this could be the opening that Glutz was looking for.
I love Natali's form. I love his form.
All right. Best form on the court for you. For pointing.
I mean, Jose has a flawless form, but Natali's has a little theater to it.
Yep,
that
a little drama.
I like the theater.
I know that Andy is partial to the Jason gets that nice twist, European twist to his point.
Yeah.
I do like, and I really am enjoying Jason's delivery on this.
Yeah. Well, Andy comes from the Leo Giannatti school, right? So it's Leo, Maurizio, Pirelli, who had a great showing this week. Maurizio, Miles, Russell, and their teammates from Ohio, Brian and Anthony. They were right there, and they blew a late frame that just was kind of uncharacteristic and out of nowhere. I think they were up 11-9 and gave up an uncharacteristic
Unusual three
to not make the semifinals. Mauricio, has learned a lot from Leo, and so has Anthony Anthony Zimmerman. Never heard of him.
Leo's so generous with his deep knowledge of this game.
He is, true ambassador, and a really, really good guy, and we're missing him this week. Of course, we're missing some other players that couldn't make it. I think that this is a tournament that we could fill out with 67, 70 teams if they want to let us take over the whole facility for a weekend. I can't wait to debrief and think about ways to elevate the experience next year. But overall,
look at these guys. That's one of my favorite things about watching a bocce crowd. Everyone's got their own opinion on how to approach a shot, what the right line is. What's on the court? Is that a banana?
what happened?
What happened? They heard us talking about bananas on the broadcast?
Well, I have no idea what that is, but some kind of banana pickle hybrid.
It felt illegal. It felt illegal either for the game or...
I think, you know what? You're going to get a little of that with
Don't you say it.
Rowdy.
Don't you say it.
With these rowdy riffraff
Oh, yes.
ABC Carnival gang.
And now our ringleader, well, Alex is the ringleader, but maybe best in show.
Oh, that's got to go. That's
boy.
Okay. Deep breath, Glutz. Deep breath.
It's hard to get that shot and the Polino in the same frame, but it's about 20 feet short. Here we go, Julian. Don't you be the other type of porridge.
No, that looks good. That looks real good. I think you're going to like that, Matt.
Picking his teammate up.
Matt, you looking forward to one more hotel party tonight?
Yeah, I got to get in on carpet pools tonight.
Yeah, I do too. That's where it's at. This ball's a little early on the wall, but watch this.
Is it going to stick by or is it going to get the whole thing?
The shaky rail camera is kind of fun, right?
It's the rumble pack on my N64 controller. Okay. Let's see this ball coming in.
This is good. This is for point 2. It looks good. It looks heavy. But
Get
it might
by,
chip.
get
Oh
by.
no, there's a big curve there.
Get by, get in.
There's a sizable curve there. Did you see that?
I did. That was a banana curve.
Oh, that must have been Leo's famous banana curve.
All right. 7-13. Lutzen staying with it. Mario's feeling it. He knows the moment. He's ready to rise to it. A good delivery. They again opt for a short Polino.
Yeah, that's a really good ball.
He's got to fall down a little bit.
They must have a game plan here.
Yeah.
And part of that game plan is matching their balls with the new look 2022 Dan Campbell Detroit Lions. Local. Oh, look at that! Love a stick raffle.
Once
A
again,
little too much English.
comes on back behind the halfway line.
It was like my credits in college, like just a little too much English. Should have tried something that would have set me up for success in life.
Look at what we have here around the courts, though. Mario forced to do it again. This is the plan. It seems like they want to hold a ball advantage. All right, is that going to force a decision, or is it straight? I remember last time we were here, I was surprised to see Hunter line up for a Rafa in this situation. Let's see what he opts for now. Julian, also very curious. What are we going to get out of that? We're pointing.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
A lot of room, ton of room.
But they haven't had to point short too much in this game. That'll do the job, though. That'll do the trick.
Now, again, this is a moment earlier in the game where we might have seen Anthony just take that Polino for a ride.
Yep.
Right? Split. I mean, this is, at this point, if that is the call, then you're thinking a little desperately. But you kind of need to, right? Because you're only 3 points away from giving Palazzo a back-to-back championship.
I don't think you need to just yet.
Yeah, not this particular move, but just like think with a little ambition, I should say.
Well, he's feeling ambitious.
Is
He's
he going
lining
for
it up.
Yeah, because he can split that ball clean too. All right, Ralph is out. That was the secondary thought.
Yep.
So that's not necessarily a miss, but often when you're shooting in bocce, you think about where you want the ball to go specifically, where you're comfortable with it going, and where you don't want it to go. And for there, you thought probably if I miss, I'll miss on the right side, and I'll knock their ball out. And that's exactly what he's like.
And you get a ball out of their hand.
Hunter throws the same shot but better, which I expected him to do.
Yep. Improving. I mean, is there another option right now?
Well, I believe it's their last one.
Yeah, shoot it. Shoot it.
Julian's again.
Encouragement.
There's the ambition, right? He's saying,
Yep.
I mean, what are you're gonna point a ball?
Yeah.
They're 3 inches away. You're gonna point it 2 inches away, or you're gonna shoot it.
Fortune favors the bold.
And he gets the Polino. The crowd loves it.
I see 1, 2, 3 of Dan Campbell's new look Lions down there.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
a back wall with the Polino.
Big shot. It's too bad that the guy holding the balls right now is the greatest player in the country. That's
Yep.
that's the shame of it. That's the flip side of the coin. Oh, games to 16, scoreboards to 15. On the yeah. Hey, we play the 16. We go extra.
We go the extra mile with ABC. How many points can he peel off here?
He leaves it short. He has to laugh at himself. He leaves it short. That's too blue. Andy. Okay. That is two.
Anthony has got to be. I think that picked the whole team up.
Hey, I mean, he's done it more than once. What a frame for glutes.
I'm not gonna lie.
I got glutes bumps.
I've got glutes bumps.
That's still your joke?
No, but you made one. You took my genuine thought and made it fun. He needs to get a little more pacey, get a little more control of her pace, but her lines are still great. Oh.
Good ball there by Natalia.
Great ball. Confident line. Get past that.
I like that line. That's a thinker now, right?
Yep. Looks like he's got his shooting shoes on. Oh, there's that home crowd again.
That's a great ball by Julian. Good close up of Julian's form there. Just exceptional. Exceptionally young man.
They're craftsmen, always working on their mechanics, their equipment, that being their bodies.
Yeah.
Glutes Inc. doesn't come from nowhere, folks. Comes from the engine of the body, the booty. Some say the heart. I've always said it's the booty. Team consensus. Julian's back at it. Let's see if we can get another good look.
Shoot something up there. He doesn't.
What's the result? Oh, baby.
That's my favorite camera angle I've ever seen. You probably hated it at home, but I enjoy watching it.
That's joy.
Now with tremor vision.
That is joy. That is the joy of bocce. Mario. Palazzo with a lot to think about.
Palazzo has a lots of options.
How many balls do they have to work with on these options here? I got to get myself a look. 3 to play for Palazzo.
Really?
Jason, ball in hand.
These are two tough balls. So that's why they had such a strategy session. Because, you know, you don't want to waste balls trying to outpoint two balls that are a foot and a half away from Polino on the back ball. I'm guessing that Jason.
Oh, baby. Oh! What did I just witness? My goodness.
And you know what?
I think that was this. That was this game's
And I love-
stick Rafa.
Did you like the little clapback from the locals.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They gave it back to him. But that's the thing. That's why I was saying, like, Palazzo hadn't had a lot of those moments. They hadn't had a lot of those moments.
If it was our Chicago ABC crowd, they've had a lot of those moments. We'll cheer for anything, but for the homeboys, it takes a little more to get them getting up.
I liked it. It was it felt like just the slightest amount of contentiousness that was in good spirit. Because I can't see anything.
Right.
I'm just reacting to crowd's reactions right now, and the uproar made me think that he missed it because of And
that's what we're used to.
And I saw 8 or 10 home players, club members here at Palazzo, that gave it back to the Chicago faithful, and it was in perfect spirit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm guessing that second ball is in too. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to say for sure, but.
Oh, is it 2? I believe it's 2.
Okay, Vito says he believes it's 2.
It looks like it's 2.
And glutes have their last ball of the frame to play.
So a couple options here, right? And this is what they're talking about.
Let's look at.
First of all, it's Vanessa's shot, right?
It is Vanessa's shot.
Julian took the 2.
Her last.
It's a shame because this has been Vanessa a signature frame for Vanessa.
Yeah.
And they might end up getting a free and the game.
The last time we saw Vanessa point to the back wall, it did not. I don't think it got into the other side's well.
Okay, it's good to know. Is it good to know? I don't know. It doesn't affect anything that I'm going to do.
So we'll see if she's able to take that recent experience and build on it.
Once again, folks, the score 13-9, Palazzo di Bocce. Vanessa sets it away. The crowd comes to a hush.
Palazzo's holding 2 right now with another 2 balls to play. Played into
her cluster, but instead of shooting, she did a long point, which
didn't give her probably the ball action that she was hoping for.
Yeah, I mean that shot with a little more pace is probably perfect.
It is still a point, though, right?
No, I believe it's 1 for Palazzo.
Andy. 1 for them. Okay. Palazzo with.
So one thought that I might have here is, do you shoot your ball that's out the third point and bring them both in for 2 in the game?
Vitali is a great shooter.
Who has not shot once.
Hasn't shot once. He's pointing.
It looks short.
Yep.
Short.
Jason still has options. He's still got the win on the table here.
This is a first game-winning opportunity.
What do we got? It's so hard to tell from the announcer's booth. 2 for Palazzo. 15-9. They are 1 point away from defending their American Bocce Open crown. Jose Bato, Hunter Gairo. Chance to win the whole shebang. Let's see where they put the Polino. They're going back to that wall. We've spent a lot of time on this wall on the announcer's booth side. We're back here.
Shut up, Mike.
Do you think it's something that they see from their opponents that has them returning to this wall?
I do. Yeah, absolutely, Matt. I think that, I mean, it could have been an initial strategy of saying we know what this wall does and you don't. But I also think that Mario's point has been better in the middle of the court.
And I think they just feel like they can control this. So the way the frame plays out so much better. They're not going to give away a big frame with that safety guard rail on the side. Oh no.
All right, we need a reset here.
He's going to have to walk that one off a little bit. This is one thing.
So Anthony switches on, so looks like Anthony might shoot Polino right now.
He's got to be going Polino.
Which has been literally the name of the game for Glutes the entire game.
Oh, and he gets it once again. I wish I was tallying these up.
Yeah.
I know it's been 4 for sure from Anthony.
Yeah, if not 5. And that's it's a good ball. It's not a great leave, but I would say to counter Palazzo's attack of Rio on the wall, I would say that Palazzo has struggled the most on the deep in the back.
Point, yep.
Yeah, the deep point. Hunter looks to shut me up right here.
The announcer's curse, could it be?
Well, he usually does.
That looks pretty good, as my Uncle Larry would say.
I had a feeling that might happen. All right, tough ball to beat. Anthony has one ball left. He's wondering if he should splash their other ball.
Take it corner to corner. Oh, that's not in the corner. That's dead in the middle. It's a risky play, but I can understand. I can sympathize with feeling like it's the best move.
There might be an angle on 2 balls.
Yeah. Looking to maximize the opportunity for success. We're sending Mario in.
Oh, okay, quick switch. It's interesting playing a team like Palazzo here because you had that feeling that even with 2 balls left for Glutes, this could be it if he misses, because let's say he misses and they make the last ball. It's too much to withstand from a great team like Palazzo. So Mario does hit it solid, which is his first round for the game, so hey, kudos to him.
He hit the wrong ball. He sent another Palazzo ball to the back wall, and his ball stuck up.
Well, now they got 2 balls.
But there is another target.
What do you do here, Matt? I mean, for me personally, I know that I'm a better pointer than shooter, and I like long points. This is where I would actually feel like I don't want to rely on luck, and I just want to drop one in there.
Yeah.
But Anthony is a tremendous shooter, and he's gonna spray and pray.
He's gonna pick a target.
He's going to, but
he's gonna give himself the best chance he can. He's gonna give himself the best chance he can.
And folks, that is it. That is game.
Championship points.
Let's give it up for Palazzo de Bocce, reigning champs. Glutes Inc. put on a hell of a show.
Let's get back to the tremor cam. One thing I'll say about our American Bocce enthusiasts, they'll be sure to cheer anybody that plays the game.
And that's a wrap on a wonderful American Bocce Open, second annual. Made them sweat. We're proud of the hometown team. We're not shocked and always awe-inspired by the locals.
Yep. And I'm glad to see Glutes Inc. come out here, go to the gold bracket, make Palazzo de Bocce work, have Jason on the court, sit here with you, talk bocce for about 3 hours.
Yeah, just shy of 3 hours.
Battle our way through some technical difficulties.
Yeah. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Another American Bocce Open in the books. We'll see you again next year, second week of September.
2023.